What are the plans for New Year's, boys?
Mate, where else would we be other than the best event in Perth?
That's right, we're going to be at Seasons.
Seasons New Year's Eve featuring Dizzy Rascal.
Indeed, and the MacPack podcast.
Of course.
We've been invited back after our summer opener down at Seasons only a couple of months ago, where we got the opportunity to chat with a couple of Perth punters, which was absolutely fantastic, and we got to mingle with the legends that were about.
And now we're going back for arguably the biggest night of the year, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it's a bit of an encore.
Yes.
So we'll be there. If you haven't already got your tickets, you can head to the link in our bio, or you can go to Megatix and grab your Seasons tickets. Support the boys, support local, and
Support Dizzy.
and support us down there at Seasons for New Year's Eve. We hope to see you there.
Let's fucking go.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack podcast.
We're back.
My name's Shane McKenna, and to my left this week in order of the least tanned member on the panel, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
Jake, I'm going great, and it's summer, but I've been super sun smart, keeping out of the sun, and, you know, my skin is looking good, I think.
That's my right, coming in 6 to 1 as it does each and every week. It's the baby brother of the pack. Who we called you, boy, who you?
I've started drinking SPF.
SPF.
It tastes not good, but it does the job, running through my veins.
Very exciting. Yes, obviously we are outside for this week's episode of the MacPack podcast. It's the annual little outdoor setup that we do
It's beautiful.
Last one of the year.
down here at, yes, last one of the year. This week we are discussing a lot of summer-themed tales.
Of course.
We've got some beach etiquette. We've got some stuff that happens between Chrissy and New Year. And we've even got what do you do with your vomit bucket. It's a massive F. So let's get into it. Boys,
Brother Mingo.
How are we all? Are we all well?
Fantastic to be here, being kissed by the sun.
Yeah, not wrong. I've spent about the last 48 hours in the sun.
It's well and truly.
Didn't get burnt. Spent about an hour out there with the boys today. Absolutely red raw.
You hate to see it, but it's inaugural. Everyone has to have the one sunburn of the summer. At least everyone gets one.
Yeah, the sunburn that, you know, and then after that you're thinking, okay, that's it. I've been hit.
You've
I'm going to
been
be
hit.
sun smart for the rest.
That's
for the
it.
rest
It's a
of-
reality check.
That's all you
the
need is
summer.
one little reminder.
Yes, one lather of aloe, and then you're back on track.
You forget how bad
yes.
it is. Do you guys remember we went to a family friend's house once and we got burnt so bad we all had the next day off school and then we were covered in
That was the worst. Aloe vera.
vinegar.
Aloe vera?
Oh, vinegar.
No, vinegar even. Mum put vinegar on tea towels and put it on our skin. It's meant to
I
help.
feel like
Yeah,
that
it
wouldn't
was-
help.
That was
The-
definitely the worst one I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Like, that was horrible.
yeah, that was
And-
like blistering.
And it was like I just remember my back just being like, oh my God, like red raw, like 2
couldn't
weeks
move.
after.
Yeah, I'd never been that burnt before. And it was even like the next day. I think we were all like, yeah, in bed, covered in our vinegar, watching like Lazy Town or something. And I just remember that day being like
The best.
feeling weird, like
Yeah.
dehydration.
yeah,
you
absolutely
know.
zonked.
And we never see those cousins either.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good day.
It
It
was a
probably-
fantastic day. Fun house. Yeah. Epic games of Marco Polo. Bit of backyard cricket.
Never
Yeah,
really
And a
recovered
third
since.
degree burn, yeah. I
No,
don't think
Marco
all-
Polo goes off. We should get a few.
As a
we should
matter
get a
of fact-
MacPack Marco Polo game going
As a
on.
matter
Not
of
with
fact-
just the three of us. That'd be awfully
Could be
boring.
fun. We could have a dip.
as a matter of fact, I don't think we've seen those cousins since. From memory. Probably
Oh,
have.
I don't know.
Along
yeah.
the journey.
Sure.
But yes, I've been. Although I'm keeping pretty non-tan.
Joe's as wide as they come at the minute.
That's because I've got a full-length rashy. That's right.
Cool.
Yeah,
This guy-
rashy guy.
Yeah.
Sexy.
It's good. You don't have to put sunscreen on.
Name 3 rashy guys. You know,
Joe. That's it.
that's where my line ends as well.
They're good. You don't have to put sunscreen on. You're completely safe. And also, you dry off a lot quicker. You just take the rashy off.
You don't dry
Is it
off
hard
quicker in a rashy than you would
I
if it's
reckon
just.
you do.
skin.
Is it hard to take the
Yeah.
rashy off?
No
I remember
way.
taking
You
rashy
get a
off.
bit stuck.
It's so hard.
You get stuck in rashy land a bit. You know, you don't. Time passes differently when you're. You know, you're down there. You can't see anything except for the little light tunnel coming out of your head spot. It's quite terrifying.
They used to stretch. I remember when Joe was like really little, we'd try and take his rashy off and it would stretch over his face. And you
Yeah.
basically just get
You're
trapped
You're
in the
waterboarding
rashy.
yourself with the rashy.
It wasn't pretty.
There you go.
But yes, I've been hitting the beach. Kira obviously lives pretty close to
You've
the
been
beach.
hitting the beach.
Yeah.
In the
Since
rash.
when, dude?
Do you have a rashy tan line?
You never go to the
Huh?
beach.
Like from your neck up and then from your wrists
From
down?
wrist down.
no,
No,
it's
not
the
really,
same
no.
all over.
He SPFs all that.
Yeah, you got it. You got to do it. I got this special face
Nice.
moisturizer.
What beach you been going to? You hate the beach.
Yeah, these are quick pop-ins. I don't mind that. A quick dip after work.
After
a morning
work?
swim.
Since when?
Well, Kira lives close to the beach. It's not as much annoying to go there.
Oh,
So we
Okay.
go down. We went to the Omeo Rec did a bit of snorkeling personally.
Omeo
snorkeling.
wreck.
Yeah, there's a little shipwreck in the
Coogee.
beach near Coogee. Yeah,
Oh, I never knew that had a name.
went there. Was at South Beach today.
Did you go snorkeling?
Thank you very much. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, you say anything?
Well, I get a bit
That's
scared.
Good,
but
and he had his rashies strangling his
Joe's
eyes.
living this second life we don't know
What
about.
else?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
see,
want to go snorkeling. Invite me.
Bloke's been in the pool like once this year.
What did
Yeah.
you see?
the shipwreck.
Yeah.
Although personally,
How
it's
far down could you go?
it was a bit scary for me personally. I looked from afar.
Did
Not a big
Kira
fan.
swim down?
No, it's not. It's like it's very
Above
shallow.
ground.
It's very shallow.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
you can see it out the
Yeah,
water.
you can see it, and then so she did a lap and had a look and stuff. I was a bit scared.
What'd you do? So you just
You were
sat there.
scouting from the
Ah,
back.
Yeah, I was just having a look. Yeah.
I hate sea creatures.
I know. Yeah, I don't like being touched by them.
I hate 'em
Riley got
so.
flown off the jet ski yesterday, and then we had a coronary.
Yeah, we were on the jet skis yesterday.
Is that in the river or is that in the ocean?
No, it's the ocean. mate.
ocean, right?
What are
And
you a bitch
we're
about?
going through the docks in Mandurah, and then we see these fins approaching from the left, and Jake's like, "Oh, the dolphins are over there." And and then I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck? Like, let's avoid them." And then he's like, "No, they're harmless." I'm like, "I'm not taking that risk."
Yeah.
They
You don't wanna
look
be the-
like sharks. They look like fun, curvy sharks.
You don't want to be the first guy killed by a dolphin, you know.
No, not at all.
But yeah, we've been hitting the beach lately. I'm not the biggest fan of the sea creatures. I just don't want to be touched by a fish. It's
No.
weird.
You don't want to be touched by a fish. Like
No.
the tamest of all the animals. Like there's urchins and stuff that if you step on them,
Oh, those as well. Yeah,
you're
yeah.
fucked. But Joe's really afraid that like Nemo's gonna
Did you see
brush by a shoulder.
See any big fish down at the thing?
No. I was sort of in the shallow end. Not too many big fish there, but
So when you say you go to the beach, you like put your knees in.
So when you say you went snorkeling,
no, I go all the way. Yeah.
what did you actually see? Seaweed.
No, I saw some fish, and then I
Which ones?
moseyed on out. But the thing I've noticed at the beach, well, there's a couple things I've noticed at the beach while I've been going down there, because I don't go there that much, but I have been.
Cool.
I've been hitting the beach, and one of the classics is it's the beach security. You know, you don't want to leave stuff in your car because you might need it.
Yeah.
Also, you don't want to leave stuff in your car because it gets hot.
so hot.
Yeah,
Melt-
you leave
melted
your phone
foam.
in your car, it's gonna stop working. So you
That's
got to
it.
take it down to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I put my stuff in the shoe. Kira leaves stuff in the bag, but I don't think the bag is safe enough. You got to put it down at the end of the shoe.
The shoe's a bit more.
The shoe
inconspicuous.
security,
The shoe, the toe of a shoe has a great, probably an overestimation of how secure the toe of a shoe is. I often put my phone, my keys, my wallet all in my shoes.
All in, yeah. And it's interesting because
But I often don't wear like.
That's what I was going to say.
Thong- I wear
What shoes are you
thongs.
wearing to the beach?
either my Crocs, well, technically they're Rivers knockoff Crocs,
Nice.
or if
So they're not even like hiding anything. They got holes
Nah.
in them, so you can
Yeah.
see.
let
Everything.
them breathe, yeah. But it is interesting because there's stuff that you put in your phone. You're touching your phone, you're eating, you're putting your phone up against your face. I'm gonna shove it to where my feet live, my
Mm.
sweaty feet. Live,
My biggest issue is that it's not really secure. Like people just hide stuff. My big one is like I'll just hide. I'll grab phone, wallet, keys, and just wrap it in my t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're at the beach, if I'm in the water for like an hour and a half, having
you
my
think of that?
phone just sat in a t-shirt,
Yeah.
it's not really doing much in regards to if someone walked over and just picked up the t-shirt.
Yeah, but it
I wouldn't
feels
have
so much
any
better than just
idea.
having it out in the open.
Yeah.
Even
But
though
it
everyone
shouldn't.
knows that every pile has a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You
so
walk
I'm
past
su-
any random shirt on the beach.
I'm
there'll be-
surprised there isn't more thievery.
At the
It's
beach,
the place
yeah.
to be. You could just you go down to Bondi.
It's not encourage
you get
it.
on a one walk streak. They'll just bang, bang,
Too
bang,
easy.
bang.
People do it on Bondi. If you ever watch Bondi Rescue, there's
Oh, really?
absolutely there's absolute idiots that
Well,
just
there you
walk
go,
past.
Great minds think
And
alike.
Maybe
what
it's
they
just-
do, a trick that they do is, let's say I'm down there as a suspect.
Yep.
I'm carrying a bag, and I'll stand around and I'll go for a bit of a wander, and then I'll put my bag down. And then when I come back to pick my bag up, I pick two bags up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's my bag and the other person's bag at the same time.
That's what you got to do. Or
Clever.
put the shirt on. And
Joey's
take the
just getting
phone,
around
you know?
wearing a little bra, a little
Joey.
singlet. Joey's got a
'Cause
little
then it
singlet.
looks like, oh, that's his pile of stuff.
Yeah, you throw your towel down next to it. Go for
Yeah.
a dip.
that's
come
usually
back,
the play.
and trip
Alright.
it off.
Not saying that we
Let's
would
test
ever.
that out and see how it works.
Yeah.
The other thing I know, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm not a big fan of going to the beach, is you get so sandy.
He's come full
after.
circle. It didn't take long, but he's come
You get,
full circle.
you
He's
get,
back.
you get so
Welcome home,
sandy, and then the
Sand
only
sucks.
sort of refuge is you leave in, and there's the little shower, the beach shower.
Which isn't even at every fucking beach.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Which it's the one thing you could do to improve a beach. Fucking put it in.
And
Put the tap
it's so
in.
interesting because obviously everyone's like waiting. Like today, there was so many people there, and like this guy's fucking washing his dog, in the little foot one, you know. It's a foot shower. It's not a dog shower.
Alright.
Pull your head out. Anyway, so we're waiting, and this kid is like,
Joe's the expert on beaches.
this kid is washing his slides,
Nice.
giving him a good scrub,
Mm-hmm.
taking forever, and I was next in line. Right? Yeah, and it's covered in sand. The whole area around this thing is covered in sand.
From where other people have done exactly what you're about to do.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's nothing around to like stop this from happening. There's a better material. It's just on concrete, which is basically sand.
Yeah.
And then it's covered in more sand.
Yeah.
So you're just wetting it, and then they're wet.
Then you step back on it.
They step back on the sand, and now you're fucking.
Got sandy feet again.
Yeah,
It's
back
more
to
for your
square
legs
one.
though. It's not necessarily for the base of your foot. It's more for like your knee down.
Yeah. Okay.
What I do,
okay.
which I think a lot of people do, it's the 100 IQ play. You put your slides on,
Oh yeah.
and then you wash them.
You wash them.
You wash them with.
Oh yeah, I wash.
then it's
Yeah,
got
when
a
I do
bottom
it, like
slide.
if I've got thongs with me,
Maybe I'm in the wrong.
You are.
I'll put my whole foot in there with the thong, and then it's all
okay,
gone.
What do
Well,
you-
this
and then
time
I'm
I was wearing my docks actually.
Something
You
that-
went to the beach wearing your dogs.
Well, yeah, we went for a walk first, then we.
Are
popped
you
into the beach.
mentally unwell?
You went for a walk in dress shoes.
in dogs?
Yeah, they're good shoes. They're good to wear, really.
I'm sure they are.
This man.
Okay, and then my last point on the beach
Okay.
is obviously Freo, right? It's a beach
I think
town.
you're 0 of 2 at this point.
It's a beach town.
Yeah.
You're putting a phone in Crocs, which is just silly,
Technically, they were in my docks, yeah, which is actually
Son of a
quite
bitch.
safe.
and then you're afraid of washing your feet because you get sand on them.
But someone's
And
gonna
we
nick
said
the
put your
Crocs.
shoes on, and you said, but I'm wearing leather boots
Well, technically, it's actually fake.
to the beach. To the beach.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Okay. This is my last one. I think you'll agree with.
Three
So,
strikes and you're out.
Freo, it's a beach town.
Is it?
So obviously, like getting around with a towel,
Yep.
getting around a bit wet,
Mhm.
it's
Okay.
acceptable.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
So this time we had breakfast at like the beach restaurant. You know, it's like the one that's right there. It's on the beach.
What
Nice,
beach?
nice. South.
South Beach. Yeah.
Okay.
So we went
At the
there.
little cafe area there.
Or
We
the
actually,
nice
no, we
one
went to
down
the
the right.
nice one.
Yeah. It's fancy down
That's
there.
right.
Must
That's
be
right.
very.
I walked in there with my
fucking
dogs.
nice.
No, we went into the restaurant. So obviously we're a bit sandy, a bit wet, and it's fit like okay, that's the beach place, so that's fine.
Mhm.
But another time we went to a cafe that was like a bit of a drive away.
Joe's at the Crown Casino.
You're still a bit wet,
Yeah.
and then it's like I felt a bit like we should have had our towel and stuff. Put the towel on the chair. Chair still got like a bit wet, and I was like, oh shit! Like it's not like a beach cafe.
Yeah.
So how far away from the beach is like
Yeah.
coming in like a bit dripping wet?
When I'm with my mates,
not allowed.
when I'm with my mates at the beach, we tend to face the dilemma of like, when do we have to put the shirt back on?
Yeah.
At what? How many k's away?
You're in Canning Vale.
Never
You
to
don't
put the
put
shirt
the
back
shirt
on.
back on.
That's
so-
what I mean. Sometimes we walk into Coburn and it's like there's 5 of us walking around with that shirt, and it's like we just look like we're gonna smash it on.
Yeah, because if you go to like
like
IGA like nearby, you can get away with it.
yeah, you've got to be in close proximity. But no one's asking questions. If you're if
I feel like if you have if you have the towel on you.
you just feel frowned upon. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
where would you draw the line?
2Ks.
2K.
2Ks like
on a shirt. Is this what you're saying? I
On
would,
being like sandy.
I think you got to be like 2Ks east.
sandy and damp.
You can go down,
Well, obviously because it's still the ocean.
but if you go like actual east, 2Ks, that's when you're pushing it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think for shirt, you're either got to be heading toward the beach or you're in a direct path back home. You can't be detouring. The moment you detour, you got to put a shirt
Yeah.
back
Okay. So you're like stopped off to grab a drink on the way back.
Shirt goes
something
up.
like
But then
that.
it's actually not against the law to not wear a shirt.
I don't know. Yeah.
But you can go
on.
for a
Not
run.
yet, but you know it's 2022. I'm sure it will be by the time this episode comes out.
Also, something that conflicts me as well. What do you guys think of naked babies at the beach? Like, you know, in the
Big fan.
under these under the showers and stuff,
Yeah.
when someone's just got Jimmy's Jimmy out, and it's
Oh.
like, whoa, like,
Oh,
come
at
on.
what point?
Like, at what point does it become
Like,
public indecency?
yeah.
Like, like,
At what
I'm not.
age?
Imagine if I did it. It's like, whoa. Imagine
I
if
reckon-
60-year-old.
Imagine if Kobe was
Franklin did
washing
it.
you,
Yeah.
got you all nude, and
Yeah,
washed
it's like
you.
because
That's
you
a
know
good
how
point,
the
yeah, the
sand gets in
kids,
the
yeah,
crack.
yeah.
Like, imagine if I'm just bent over and Kobe's giving me an ice.
Even
line.
like-
Let's not imagine that actually for those.
Yeah, even like at the
listening.
beach today, yeah, there was like a kid like in the middle of getting changed,
Yeah.
and they're just like waltzing around.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I
with my kid.
reckon-
That's fucked.
Ooh, that's a hard. I reckon like
They can't be able to talk. I think once you can construct a
Say
sentence,
stop.
once you can construct a
Yeah.
sentence,
Clothe me.
once you
Yeah,
can
I
construct a
reckon-
sentence, you got to be.
I reckon like
buzz.
over 2s like pushing it.
yeah,
I saw a kid at.
Because like if you're at the point if you're in like kindy,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
like
nah, you don't want
pre-K,
that. You don't
if
know.
you
have
could see
friends.
one of your mates, if you have a
if
friend,
you've got if you have a friend, it's over.
You know, I saw. Yeah.
if you have
the
a friend
rule.
that isn't a blood relative.
I saw. I was at Coogee last week, and this mum. Well, I saw her walking up with something in her hand, and she placed it down on her towel. It was a used nappy.
Yeah.
And this kid.
The answer
Wait,
is never. Never is
Was
it
that an
appropriate.
This
adult or child nappy?
Adult, no, child. and then I saw the culprit, obviously standing butt ass naked,
Yeah,
Brown.
covered in
and I'm just like,
Brown ass and
and I'm
everything.
just like, no, it was clean because I think they shat in the water. I don't know if they were like waterproof nappy. I don't know. But then basically to wash her off, she took her back into the water and
Oh,
just gave her a nice scrub. It was like everyone was like, her and her girlfriends were like laughing and like, oh little Sally's
Shat
butt-ass
herself.
fucking naked.
they shut herself and
and
you guys
she's
got
cleaning her
poo.
shit in the fucking Coogee beach where I'm about to dip.
I'm
into
gonna
it.
say, that's fine.
That's fun.
Oh,
That is fun. Alrighty, boys. Some big stuff that's happened on TikTok over the last week. Probably the only big thing that's happened on TikTok over the last week is the Fitzroy Garage Party.
Yes.
Now,
Look,
we've been asked by a couple of people to talk about it, so we're going to sit back
For those who
and
don't
we're
know,
going to discuss.
for those who don't know, give them a rundown.
The Fitzroy Garage Party was essentially a little video that took place, or it's a party that took place. A video or multiple videos, a series of videos was captured.
yes.
It's basically just a group of young men, probably in our age demographic.
Yep.
At the back of a garage, I'm assuming in Fitzroy.
A few
And
TikTok
Fitzroy's in
boys.
Melbourne, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just
Aussie TikTok boys.
yeah,
in
just
Fitzroy.
filming each other, having a bit of a prees before they go
Yeah,
out.
like nothing crazy. Like shit, my mates do. Like those, like dancing, throwing gang signs at the camera, shaving each other's heads. Like nothing.
And the whole thing is like a lot of females have seen the video and they're taking the piss out of the boys, and this whole the trend has begun where everyone's sort of just having a laugh at these boys' expenses regarding.
But
like,
what?
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong? What do they
Exactly.
do?
That's my biggest thing, especially after what you've just said. Like that's, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's sick. I'd have if someone invited me to that party, I would be there. That is exactly what like my mates or your mates
Mhm.
have done
And,
and probably will continue to do. And it's just
For
that someone
sure.
filmed it.
And put it
And
on.
I don't know what all these women, because there's no girls at the party. It's just all lads.
Yeah.
It's just boys
Just
being
boys.
boys.
It's a boys' night.
Just chilling.
You can't go wrong.
And I don't understand what the big grievance
The first time I saw
with
it,
the party
I was
is.
just scrolling through my like before I even knew about the Fitzroy garage. Before I knew it was a trend, I just saw it, watched it, and I was just like, double tap the boys.
The boys
Keep
they're having a
scrolling.
party. The
I
boys
was
are
just
having
like,
a party.
the boys are on. Double tap. Keep scrolling, like no worries. And then I kept seeing Fitzroy garage, and I was like, what is this? And I clicked, and I was like, I've seen this video, and everyone's bullying them, and I'm like, the boys
Aw.
are fucking on,
And there's a lot of women who are just like,
shitting on them.
oh, they're just taking the piss. They're taking the piss as well. Like it's all in jest.
Oh yeah, it's
But I don't know. I just couldn't imagine. I just didn't think that there was anything to take the piss about. Personally, I don't know if that speaks a lot about our gender. And we're just like, yeah, no, that's fucking normal.
maybe we're just as good as the Fitzroy garage boys.
Well,
Maybe.
I don't know. I think it's a lot of females have seen that video and gone, is that what boys do to have fun? And they've all panicked or like gone, oh, that's a bit weird. Like, why are you doing that? That's pretty lame. And all the boys have just looked at it and just, as you said, just approved. Just gone.
Yeah, it's like throwing an egg
That's
at a
just
wall.
that's just normal. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, it is
normal.
nice
Just like everyone wearing pearls and like pastel colors, like nothing. It's just the boys are on, you know. Bum bags are on, head bops are on.
It's literally just like a pretty low key.
Freeze on the
Freeze.
beach. in
Yeah.
Fitzroy.
Very nice. In
It's
the
so
garage.
chill. It's so
garage
chill. If the Fitzroy boys are keen to add 3 virgins to join you
yeah.
at the party,
I'd love to go to a Fitzroy.
we would
garage party.
happily come down and be a part of the Fitzroy party.
Of course, there's nothing wrong with it. Let the boys play.
Let the boys be boys.
Have you seen it, Joe?
I think I've seen it on Twitter. There's something about
I've
it.
seen it on Twitter. How old are you?
24.
I bet Joe's the kind of guy to buy the fucking the blue
Buy
tick.
Twitter.
Buy the blue tick.
Oh,
Blue
yeah.
tick. No, I
You
haven't,
verified?
haven't got it. I'm going to change my name to Fitzroy Sesh Guy. and then,
Fitzroy Sesh
because apparently it's the guy to be. Yeah. So it's in a garage, right? Many cars.
No.
Nah, empty.
Interesting.
It just looks like an empty garage.
In Fitzroy. I don't know too much about Fitzroy. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I just don't understand.
There's not much to it.
No.
It's just fun.
I think it's just a good time.
And
It's
everyone-
just good, wholesome fun.
Everyone kept DMing us saying like, react to the Fitzboy for a Fitzroy.
Don't know what you're
party.
expecting,
Everyone's
to be
like,
honest.
Tell us your thoughts.
On the party.
These are our thoughts.
You should have
That's
seen
what
like
I'm doing
shame.
tonight.
I had a few boys over before the podcast today. Very, very low key. We just sat by the pool.
Let's
We
react
watched.
to it.
We watched the cricket. We all drank beers. And we threw a lemon. One of the boys grabbed a lemon off the tree back there.
Yeah.
We
Threw it as
threw
far as you
that.
could.
No, we just threw that. Like we had 3 balls. We didn't use any of the balls. We just had a full lemon, and we just threw that in like a diamond for about an hour and a half. That's entertainment.
That's fun.
It's like that's all we
Yeah,
needed.
the
We
pool-
sat
the
here.
pool toss around is the best.
And then we followed that by sitting at this very table. There's only 3 of us by this point. We were just sitting here at this table, and we played a card game, and we didn't know the rules to the card game, so
Go
we just
fish.
we just played it, and we just taught ourselves
know-
fake rules. And then they went, "All right, well, we're gonna head off." And that was it.
That's so interesting about lads is like, there's always going to be the activity, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You're throwing the lemon.
Yeah,
You're playing the thing. You
Doesn't
can never
need
just
to be
hang.
much.
It's always
No.
got to be a
Nah.
thing.
You can't sit around and talk.
No.
Nah, you've got to be doing something.
Yeah, God forbid. God forbid I tell my friends how I feel.
Nah, I'd much rather throw a lemon at their
Let's
heads.
throw this
instead.
lemon, yeah.
let's fucking toss this lemon around.
That's like
and
a
pretend
day,
that
boys.
everything is
And that-
fine.
that's It's also because
Did you hear about the Fitzroy party, boys?
let's talk about the party and not our feelings. That's also
The shaving of heads, I think, seems to be the most poignant part of said Fitzroy
Mhm.
video.
Yeah.
But the amount of times I've come out the back here and I've seen yourself or Kate go, "All right, mate, you're up next," and then you walk into the toilet together and you shave each other's heads before a big night out
Gotta
on the
get the fresh
turfs.
fade. You gotta
So
be looking clean.
I don't know if I've been normalised to that sort of behaviour or what. But the
Yeah.
the
Just
video just didn't seem too disturbing for
No.
mine.
Play on.
It's
Fitzroy,
economical.
boys.
You're at home, free drinks or cheap drinks. You're at home, free haircut.
Yeah.
It's just
You're doing chores.
it's
What's
just too
not to
easy.
do?
Yeah,
Doing
you're in the
chores while
garage.
You're on the party. Yeah. Why
You're in the
not?
garage. You know what they say? You can't have a Fitzroy garage sesh without breaking a few eggs.
That's
Was it the venue that seems to be the point of discussion?
It's just everything.
Or is it the vibe?
It was just like Triple J boys.
Is it because like it's like not
They're all
wild,
like pretty boys.
like pretty
It's
like
not wild. Yeah, it's just like
bit
you're just doing
too
it.
low
Just
key
like-
to make a video
yeah, it's
about?
a bit Freo-y.
But that's
Yeah.
fine.
I wonder who, because when it comes like to things like this, there had to be one person that kicked on him first.
All right, I'm gonna say something controversial.
Who was it?
It was Joe on Twitter.
Yeah, I DM'd him. I told him I don't like him.
Why
And
not?
I started a hate campaign against Fitzroy.
And it's gone.
What's
viral.
maybe it's the vibe. I don't know much about Melbourne. Maybe it's Fitzroy. Maybe Fitzroy's got a bad name. Maybe it was
Well,
like
it's just like imagine like a
Armadale,
Freo. No,
Armadale
no.
Garage.
I think it's like imagine
ritzy.
like,
I think it's pretty ritzy to be honest.
like down in like the back streets of Freo, and the
Mm.
boys just like having tossing eggs.
Yeah.
We're not like 100% across the event unless anyone's, if you're not unsure.
Yeah.
But what I have found is just the negativity on social media is just
That's
so
everything.
full on. But it's so full on at the moment. I saw a video a couple of weeks ago, and this is when I watched the video and I thought that's fucking sick. And then I went to the comments, which is always the dumbest thing that you can do.
What was the video?
So the video, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. The video was, there was a bloke and he had like a jetpack on, right?
Yeah.
And he's in like a city forum area, and there's heaps of people watching. So obviously it's the first time that this jetpack's been used, and it's like a bit of a science trick. And like, oh, we're going to try out this jetpack. And this guy just like presses, I think he's holding a thing, he just presses it, and he goes up like that. And then he's just like leaning either way,
Cool.
and he was directing where he's going. And the jetpack's just like pushing a bit of steam out of his ass, like
Mhm.
down his back,
Yeah.
and he's basically floating around. He's no
Very
longer
cool.
warding.
I
He's
didn't know that.
He's floating, he's
possible.
doing his own thing, which I thought was absolutely incredible, so futuristic, and like next generation type shit, yeah?
Yeah.
The people standing and watching all look like they were in awe, and I was like, this is it. This is
is
fantastic.
live.
I'm going to see this on the news within hours. And I scroll down to the comments,
Kill yourself.
just
Yeah,
absolute,
yeah.
the negativities are flying off the wall. Just some chick going, well, that shit's fucking loud, isn't it? And I'm like, he's flying.
Yeah.
He's actually flying.
He's doing what we couldn't do.
I don't understand. Imagine like Thomas Edison. Is he the one that made the light bulb?
Yeah, yeah.
Technically,
Imagine,
Tesla. Anyway.
imagine him making the light bulb and someone like Riley's
That's
just
a
like
bit bright.
just filming it. Yeah, and then you scroll
Bit
down,
hot,
to,
man.
scroll down to the fucking scroll down to the comments. Imagine the comments now about something like a new invention back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Oh mate, that thing's gonna get a bit hot.
Oh, why don't you just use the sun, you idiot? That's for free. You
Mm.
just don't need the negativity.
I just saw one of the comments on the video and it said like, "So rad, bro. Last night was a movie." It's like you don't need to be on the gear to be having a good time.
But
Yeah.
it does help.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure the boys were on it.
Let's go.
Once they
Okay,
wrap
let's
the
go.
TikTok
Let's
up.
get some gear. Let's go to Fitzroy Garage. Let's buy that fucking jetpack.
Legit.
Let's do the big three. But yeah, no, I reckon.
Everyone's got to have a bit more.
Maybe
of a
for
laugh.
2023, right?
Here we go.
Don't comment on anything. Ever. Just no one needs to comment.
Ever.
All right, it's around this time of year. There's a great deal of partying. I've had a lot of festivities that are taking place. And with adult festivities sometimes comes
Often.
vomiting.
Yes. Often. It is interesting. You're more likely to vomit when you're a kid, but not at parties.
Yes.
You are.
Very rare you get a yak. at
That's
a kid's
true. When was
birthday
the last
party.
time you had a vom that wasn't drinking related?
Anesthesia. Threw up after anesthesia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
interesting.
same. I had like chicken poisoning once. That ruined my week.
Poisoning. Yeah, it must have been some sort of a sickness.
Nice.
I don't really remember
Just
though.
be less
Good on you,
broad, Joe.
Joey.
Come on.
Joey on the prowl.
I don't know. I remember I had whooping cough once.
The big hooper.
Nice.
Lot of coughing that led to a vomiting.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah.
That's pretty embarrassing. Look, but the one thing that happens with all these vomits are, you need a place to vomit. And I was talking to a good friend from uni recently, and they asked me the question, what do you vomit in when you're sick? Because I recently went to my nan's house after drinking, and I needed to have a vom. And she said Nan gave her a big bowl,
Yep.
a big clear bowl, glass bowl,
Nice.
like a big deep one, you know, good
what
for
you
a
want,
vom.
yeah.
It can splash around. You get a bit of a vortex
So,
going.
yeah.
Anyway, she vomited in this thing, right?
A vommy vortex.
And she was like, "Oh well, that sucks. Bowl's ruined." Anyway, left Nan's house. Thanks for taking care of me, Nan. Good on you. On your bike, Nan. Fuck off. And then went home. A few months later, back at Nan's house for a little catch up with
Yeah.
Nan. And Nan brings out the latest and greatest salt and vinegar Smith's chips
Oh,
Nice.
in a
Can't
very
go wrong.
similar bowl, boys. It was the same bowl.
His name
The
gave
chip.
the same bowl.
Yes, the vom bowl is also the chip
That's
bowl.
disgusting.
that's
And that's
gross,
where I was
yeah.
like, "You've got to grow up. There's
That's
only
filthy.
one thing you can throw up in, and it's got to be the 99-cent Bunnings bucket.
Are they just these
Yeah.
big buckets?
The colourful ones, like there's like red, blue, green, yellow.
Yeah, they're
the cheapest
good.
chips.
That's disgusting. Just quickly on the whole Nana thing.
Come on, man.
You're
You've
surely not serving food. Like fair shout to use that bucket again for vomiting or doing the like any gardening. That's fair game.
but it's a glass bowl.
Oh, it wasn't a bucket.
It's like something you'd put your popcorn in.
I'm.
And
Oh
she's
fuck.
gone, and she's gone bang with the Smith's chips and the old
Yeah,
fucking
'cause-
vodka
and then
bowl.
serve them up to people.
Yeah. Enjoy.
'Cause we've
And,
always
like, probably
been-
those big bowls. You don't often use them frequently. They're a special
Yeah,
occasion.
they haven't been used since.
So the last time
That'd
that was
be
used,
nice.
it's gone through one wash, I reckon. one
yeah,
wash of
just
her.
a rinse cycle.
Because
Yeah.
we at the moment we're on with those big the Bunnings buckets.
Yeah.
And I remember those were our like vomit buckets, but then they're like coloured and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember we also used to use this similar bucket at school events for like, you know that you play like leaderball
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that, where you throw it and then you throw it into a bucket. The buckets are all coloured the same colour as the faction.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing them like, damn, we're using vomit buckets, man. That's a bit weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I remember before, because we were always, we keep our vomiting.
Joe used to vomit so much as a kid.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
quite a sick child. I had many an illness.
In the head.
He's still sick.
Many an illness. And before that, we used the plastic button. Or when we were smaller, we used to use
Here we go.
the empty ice cream container.
Yeah, that's what I was
Cool,
going to
that's
say.
An old ice cream container, which
Yeah.
is great. It's reusing, you know.
That's a good one.
And when you're a kid, you're not vomiting that much.
The only thing is
It's a
that
bit
it's too
gross.
shallow.
Yeah.
It's
The
too shallow,
splashback,
yeah.
That was
especially
the
on some of
issue.
the ones
Like,
we're
you
doing
can't
now.
put your head in the thing.
Yeah, it fills up and then
Yeah.
And the rate in which Joe was chucking his fucking hole up, there used to be a chain. It used to get a bit. Obviously, I wasn't really part of it if Joe was sick.
'Cause
And so he would get crook and he'd vomit and he'd look. He made a bit of a deal about it. Like it wasn't like a subtle non-event. You
Classic.
could hear Joey vomiting,
yeah, and also
and Mum
when-
would usually go running to him and give him an ice cream bucket, right?
Mhm.
And he'd get one chunder off, and that was like pretty fucking impressive.
Yep.
Pretty heavy flow.
Yep.
But Joe didn't used to muck around. Like, one was never enough. So he'd go
Yeah.
again, and
You'd
you
like
just
it
hear
now.
Mum shout out, Frank, get another bucket. Get
One
another
bucket.
bucket.
One bucket ain't enough for
And
this
there's
guy.
And then
nothing
Dad's
you
just
need
like
more.
coming inside from a smoke out the back. He's like, what? Who knows another bucket?
And there's nothing you need more than mum and dad screaming at each other at full
Yeah.
volume when you're literally
yeah, so when-
suffocating.
when
And then
Your
we'd
bone
run around the
bile.
house. Like the other siblings, it would be me, like running. Chase, get him a bucket. Get him another bucket. So I'd be running down the hallway, and just like, what sort of bucket? Anything. There'll be an ice cream bucket somewhere. And I'm like, but it's got ice cream in it. Don't want to use that bucket. Then you come
and also we
bounding in, give you a little ice cream bucket.
Yes, I was quite sick as a child. I also, when I was a kid, I had, still had my tonsils and my adenoids, which were quite large, so it made breathing quite difficult as a child. So oftentimes, and my nose was always blocked, so I couldn't really breathe much through my nose. So I was sort of, dying. And it's quite like I need to get it up, and I would, forcefully get up, like quite a lot of noise, and I'm also trying to breathe. And Mum's big on the second hand vomit. If you see someone
Oh,
vomiting,
yeah.
Just let mum do that.
Mum gets real sick
Yeah,
when she
yeah,
sees
yeah.
someone
Oh, really?
vomit. Yeah, I've
I
heard
get it
Mum.
as well.
Oh,
Mum
that's
dry
great.
reaches heaps when she
Yeah,
watches
tryna-
someone else vomit. Yeah, you just hear her go.
Yeah, but she's always you got to give it to her. She's always the first responder.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is.
She's putting in
The worst.
hard mile.
The
She's a
worst.
good girl.
The
She's a
worst.
vet.
The worst ever was I think. I think it was Dad was really sick, and Dad was vomiting.
And you never want to
And
see
then
your
I-
own father in such a
And I
Come on, Dad. you better
vividly
than this.
remember I was like, oh, that's Dad vomiting.
It's a rare
And
occasion.
then like seconds later, I heard Mum run down the hallway and vomit into the toilet as well. And I was like, oh, I thought I could have sworn that was Dad sick, and I just didn't really pay much attention. I was like, you all good? And to Mum, he was like sitting, for the face facing the toilet. I was like, you okay? She goes, yeah. Your dad's really sick, and at this point I'd drawn the dots and gone, oh, she's vomited as a result of seeing Dad
The
vomit.
worst thing about that, Jake,
Vomit chain.
is that you're the next in the family
Yeah.
chain, mate.
You're getting the call.
Nah, you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him, and know when to walk away, and that's exactly what I did.
There you go. Yeah, so we'll also, every time I have a party, you just set up a few buckets around the place, around the hot spots, around the esky.
Nah, I don't think you need it when you're at a
Most
party.
people throw up.
You got to go in the bush,
Some
bush it or
yeah, but some
toilet
people
it,
don't make it that far.
bath it.
Bath.
We had a bloke bath it.
That's fucked.
We had a bloke, one of our mates, Joey. Remember? He
Yeah,
just
I remember
painted
because I fucking cleaned it.
painted the walls in the
Destroyed our
toilet.
toilet.
That was a vibe. He
I
was
still
really,
find
he was
pieces.
really unwell. I remember going to see him. This is a Joe's like 21st.
Yeah.
Shout out Nick Oldman.
Yeah, the guy who does the drums.
Yeah, the drummer boy. Yeah, he disappeared for a while, and I went looking for him. I found him. He was laying down in the bath, but it was a dry bath. He really wasn't well. And then about 30 minutes later, he was laying down in the toilet,
Oh, come on.
and there was so much vomit. Like he must have even got a splash in. Not a single splash hit that bowl.
But how? Surely you can just fucking pop.
I walked in
Yeah.
there and immediately, because I remember he passed out behind the door, so I went to open the door, and I
he's
just smacked him in the back of the head with the door.
Kick him while he's down, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I used to get told at school though, when we had our talks from the one and only Paul Dillon. Paul Dillon used
He's
to
a
come in.
strange unit. Paul Dillon.
Paul Dillon
He's
used to give,
what would you call him? Like drug and alcohol awareness
Yeah.
type guy.
He's a
but he's like a bit
character.
of a comedian as well. Like he
He
makes.
likes to
yeah.
think it.
Yeah, he uses the same material every year, but it's still good material. I'd reuse
Yeah.
it too.
Good to stretch.
So then he comes in and he like tells you all about alcohol and stuff, and he doesn't say no and don't do it. He just tells you how to do it, like safe.
Safe, yeah.
It's more of a tutorial.
Yeah. It's more just like it's something's going to happen, so you better be prepared while it's happening. And one thing he always used to say about the old vomit in a bucket, he was like, the worst thing you could do is leave the bucket empty because it's just going to splash back into their noggins, and that's just disgusting. Because then you got to clean up their face as well.
Has
So-
that ever happened though?
No. No one's vomiting at such
That's
fucking
yeah.
velocity. Anyway, and then but
I have, but you don't do it in a bucket. That's the ones that you hit
that's
the
the
lawn
bush.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then so then I've gotten into the habit of throwing tissues down, rolling up a paper towel,
Oh.
and putting it. At
Yeah,
the
I
bottom.
do it if there's like some around.
Who's thinking
Right?
that much? If I'm feeling that sick, I'm just getting the stuff up. I don't really care what it's hitting.
But then I've got a bone to pick with Paul, because it makes the whole cleanup duty a lot harder. Because you've got to take you got to take the fucking paper mache out, the vomit paper mache.
Yeah.
With your bare hands.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna get?
Nah,
out
that in
The
itself
tongs.
would make me vomit.
Yeah,
That in
you go.
itself would
Yeah,
make
but
me vomit.
yeah, your bucket's good. Just bucket in, wash it out, leave it outside.
Mm.
That's it. It's the only right option.
How delightful.
Yeah.
How divine.
No chips.
Start your new year.
Yeah, keep
With
this in mind.
Bucket beside you. Alrighty, boys, that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast. But before we finish up, it's time for our favourite weekly segment. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for our everyday hero, Joe. A fucking rare one. Take it
Joey
away,
boy.
Joey.
I feel
boy.
like I've had a bunch lately.
Yeah.
I had Zach Galifianakis.
Name another one. 3. one.
Ooh, not recently actually.
There you go. It's
There's
tough.
too many to count.
That was a
really.
month.
What do you got?
That's right. I'm coming back. It's a bit of a Christmas hero. We're just past the date, but it was an early December. You know, December starts and you start feeling the festive spirit.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Like, not really.
Sort of. Yeah.
I find that December hits, it starts off, I'm feeling super festive, and almost to the point where it sort of dies down a bit by the time you get to Christmas. Because it's like December actually drags on a bit, to be honest.
Joe gets
Joe's jumping the gun.
fatigue. Joe gets
Bit
Yeah.
of Christmas fatigue.
festive fatigue.
And let's just say
That's why it's done by 6 p.m.
we started off very hot this year in Christmas.
Yeah, you
so it's
did.
first day of Christmas, heading to work, covered in decorations. Like, you know what?
You were covered in
no,
decorations.
no.
Head to toe and tinsel.
The office.
Except your
Yes.
cock.
Yeah. I went in covered in my Santa gear. No. The whole office was flooded with Christmas joy, and I thought, you know what, this is gonna be a good Christmas. It's gonna be a good December.
Nice.
Let's fucking go. And then I was just moseying on doing my work. You know how it is. And then I get a bzz. That's right. I keep my phone on me when I work. I go bzz. Oh, what's this? What could this possibly be? Could it be a Christmas message? Could it be on this fine day? And
What was this? Like the 1st of
Surely
December.
not.
it was early December. I can't remember the exact date.
Give us a date estimate.
First week.
Yeah, first week. Let's say third
Okay,
December. I
that's
think it was a
early.
Wednesday or something like that.
That's not necessary. We didn't need to know the day.
Thanks for
and
Just
I get
the
the
date.
message, and it was a little message. It was one of my friends, Jack Cooper.
Shout out to Jack.
He was on a good Sammy's run. He was shopping for some vintage stuff, right?
Yeah.
He sends me a photo, and I don't get as much time to go out to my vintage shops as I used to.
Yeah.
They're not open on Sundays, and I work every other day.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday's mainly day to go, and Saturday's sort of a Joey doesn't go vintage shopping day. you
Okay,
know?
right.
Nice.
So although we used to go every Friday.
We did. Jake and Joe
Yeah.
vintage shopping
Every
day.
Friday.
We used to
Just
go to
about when we were at
Salvo's.
uni,
We used to
yeah.
go to
Did
Salvo's.
you go to the same ones? Like you always went to like
High road ones.
Salvo's River.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
mostly,
Sammy's
yeah.
Yeah, we never
That's
mixed
just-
it up.
But that's like you get in the same rotation.
Nah,
You're seeing
because
the
that's
same
why you're
t-shirts.
always seeing.
Yeah,
you're
you
seeing
see
every
everything.
item
You see it all.
that goes in.
You see it all, baby. You see it all.
And that's why I find, like, yeah, occasionally I'll go vintage shopping, but if you don't have enough time dedicated to like do a whole array of shops, especially
Yeah.
the men's section, because
Yeah.
I go with Kira and stuff. Like the women's section is like more than half the store,
Yeah.
and then the men's section is quite small. I end up just looking at the DVDs.
Concentrate.
Yeah, which is
Um,
such a shit cycle to get in. I bought so many DVDs from like Salvo's and shit.
Yeah, I know. And you're like,
a lot of them are unopened.
this is
still.
it
At the
is
time, you're like,
You
this
don't
is
even know
elite.
if that's a DVD.
You're like,
there.
what a great find, and then you put it on your shelf and you never. look
Season
at it
4
ever.
of The Middle. Let's
Yeah.
freaking go. This is gold.
I've
Oh.
got all of Scrubs on DVD that I
Scrubs
bought
is a great
at
show.
different Good Sammy.
But like, we could get it
Yeah,
on
it is.
Disney or what are the other
Yeah, no,
streaming
it's on,
platforms, and you're
yeah.
like,
But basically, I
worth it.
Redundant.
as much as I would love to like, and you always see like TikTok, like, oh, there's like vintage haul and stuff. You see some sick stuff, but I feel like whenever I go, it's just like dirty old clothes that doesn't fit me.
Old school uniforms. Yep.
Yeah. So then I get this message come in. It's a lovely, vintage, Collingwood jumper,
That's
which I
huge.
used to have. I used to have a vintage sort of rugby style collar, but the collar got kind of fucked. So I don't wear it anymore.
what happened to the color?
Just like when you wash it, it just like got a bit like crinkly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vintage.
And
Just
I
grab
lost to
Grab an iron.
Yeah.
Nah, it's like
Grab an
it's
iron.
not
No, buy a
good,
new one.
yeah.
Grab an iron.
So I get this message in. Jackson on the lookout, and he goes for free. He doesn't like Collingwood, and he still sent this olive branch.
What a man.
He goes, "You want this? Is only $6 or whatever."
Who's
it's
chasing?
so I'll sell it to you for 54.
pretty cheap, right? And then I was like, "Yeah, grab it." And then he sends me another one, and he goes, "There's like
Another photo. It's him in the car park taking a shit in it.
No, it was another Collingwood shirt sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
And he was like, "This one's a bit dirty." could come out in a wash, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's get it. Let's see what we can do. Two vintage fits. The dirty one, we ended up getting that for free.
Oh, how?
That's right, because it was dirty.
But did he get
Did
it
he
for
do
free?
bartering?
Yeah, he just like
What?
I don't know his methods.
I go to
I don't know his ways.
But he got it for free.
Yeah, he didn't have to pay for it.
I go to the salvos a lot.
What a mad dog.
I go to the
Found it on the bin on the way out.
I go to the op shops a lot, and all my mates tend to, they're trying to barter with the salesperson. They'll find like
The
a vintage,
Salvos chick.
they'll find a vintage jersey like this
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
or not vintage, but they'll find a jersey like this one, and it's like $30, and they're like, that's too much for a good Sammy's. Like, give it to me for 15, and they'll work
do
out
it?
and they'll work out a price around 20. And I'm like,
They're
good.
bartering
I'm like,
the salvos.
I'm like, good on you, but like,
But
good
isn't
on you.
it for charity?
Because they're reselling it, right? They buy to resell. It's like,
Yeah.
fair enough. You're
They're
doing it for
doing
your
business,
business.
yeah.
Yeah. But then it's like, you're taking away from
Charity.
like the salvos, like the Good Sammy soup kitchen or whatever.
And also,
it's like, dude, like I know you're not stealing from the corp though. You're stealing from the people
yeah,
that need it most.
and also a lot of the workers there
Here we
are
go.
employed because they have
Here we go.
like some learning disabilities
yep,
and stuff
yep.
like that.
Thought you were
So
gonna go
I
down
would feel really bad convincing someone
Yeah.
who might not be.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
sort of
like-
taking the piss to some
yeah,
degree.
although some places do have like just employees that are.
One of my mates, I won't
Yeah.
say who. Oh, this is bad.
Nice tight roping there, Joey. That was good.
One of my mates, I won't say who, but he will go up to like, especially Salvos. Salvos is a bit more, and like what's it, Vinny's? They're a bit more higher tier.
Yeah, they're expensive.
They'll put their prices up. They know what they
know what they got.
Yeah, they kind of know what they got.
What about those op shop ones? Just quickly, they're
finished.
not helping out anyone, are they? They're just
I have no idea.
unconfirmed.
Yeah, anyway, but say if he finds like a nice Tommy Hilfiger jumper, $30, he'll go down to the shitty
Switch the
fucking-
labels.
Yeah, like a Woolies or fucking Big W TV, t-shirt. And he'll grab the labels and he'll like take it out of the little, like it's like a little T. He like unfold it and then put it on the other one.
That's
I was
criminal.
like, dude, I was like, that's not even bartering. That's thievery.
stealing. Yeah.
That's huge.
And I was like, and he's making a fair bit of cash on the side.
That's selling it. Yeah.
And I'm like, I understand.
Tricks of the trade.
Yeah, like even at such a low level, people are still doing greedy things
Yeah.
to become at the top. And entrepreneurs, you can adjust them.
I know. All right, let's.
trust them.
Yeah, after we've heard of some of the worst Good Sammys, not employees, worst Good Sammys customers ever. Let's bring it back to one of the best.
Okay.
My boy goes up, doesn't even need a barter. The shirt's dirty, gets it for free.
That's sort of bartering.
Then
I feel like it wasn't for free. I don't think
reckon
they're
he
hanging.
said,
I've
"This
never
one's a bit
walked in-
dirty."
I've never walked into a Good Sammy's and I go, "How much is that shirt?" And the chick goes, "Nothing."
free.
Just
I've
hang
never
it.
walked into a Good Sammy's and found a clean item of clothing. Everything
Aren't
I've
they
got-
all dirty? That's
One of
part
my
of the-
favorite hoodies is a Champion hoodie. Got it from Salvos. Steel, right? It's got a cigarette burn on the logo.
Nah,
And everyone always asks, "Can I bum a fag?" because of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
You gotta hang out
I'm
with
just
different
like,
people,
no, I don't
bro.
smoke, but
yeah. No, just vape.
anyway, go on.
Yeah. Anyway, and then he gets his the second shirt.
Yep.
It was like $6 or $10. It was something like that, right?
Pretty
And I was like, I'm chuffed. I've just got 2 vintage Collingwood jerseys.
Yeah.
I can wear these all season. Actually, these are my new attire for the games.
Yeah. You gonna watch a game next year?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Now I got the fit for
Yeah.
it.
He's got at least
And
2
then-
games he's got to watch because he's got
So
2 shirts.
Jackson messaging in like, it's in a group chat. Okay, I went there.
With who else?
I'm in a group chat. Emmett. It's a 3-man group chat. Yeah.
Patty.
What a bizarre place to
What's the
message.
point?
why wouldn't he? But if he's finding stuff specifically for you, does he just want his good deed to be known by
Yeah.
everyone in the group? Is that why he's done it?
A lot of our messages are like, basically, when any of the 3 of us are going to message one of them, we just message the chat,
And you at Emmett.
So there's a,
So
so
bizarre.
there's a neutral party to weigh in.
What if you
Yeah.
say like you want to go watch a movie with Emmett? You throw it in the chat with Jack. Hey Emmett, you want to go watch a movie tonight? Emmett's like, yeah.
I probably
Jack's just
have,
sitting
actually.
there.
That's so.
Jack's sitting there reading the
interesting.
messages.
No,
like-
it's open invite.
Yeah,
Look, it's
sure.
my favorite group chat, okay?
Anyway, go on.
Because if there's too many people in the group chat, I get shy.
You get shafted.
This is like a training wheels group. Anyway, yeah, so I hit him up. He said $6 for the shirt. I'm like, damn, this is fucking. He went on his way to find him.
Yep.
Didn't need to do it.
No.
He's grabbed him. He's bartered. He's
Yeah.
got his jumper free.
He's made a
And
big
then-
deal of it in the group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I hit him up. I'm like, okay, too easy. Let me know how much. I'll transfer you.
No way.
And this is when
Here we go.
the main deed comes in.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you think you've guessed it, you probably will have.
Nah, dude. It's all good.
Oh,
one's on
wow.
me.
What a man.
Oh.
And he
This one
paid
is
you
on me.
just for being his friend.
And
Fucking
it's
hell.
like, it wasn't that expensive. It was pretty small,
Yeah.
like monetary value.
Yeah.
But it was just like
It's the
vibe
gesture.
of it.
It's the
Finding
gesture.
it, thinking of me, paying for it.
Yeah.
What a man.
And it put a pep in my step for the rest of the day. It was like, this, my mate just bought me 2 shirts. This
I
is
love
fucking
that.
sick.
That's so cute. Yeah,
And
it's
yeah, it was
good.
really good. Haven't got them yet, Jack, though.
Oh.
So delivery's a bit slow.
So it's a pending.
it's been a month.
It's a pending hero.
Yeah.
Maybe he changed his mind. Maybe that's why he said.
Is
"Don't
this a
worry about it."
reminder, hero?
He's
What you should do, you might have to put this once this episode comes out. Put it in the group chat.
yeah,
and
listen
just-
to the end.
Maybe he
Just
sold
give
him
up.
to Emmett. Emmett was paying double the price.
Yeah, maybe. I misread. He was talking to Emmett.
That's why this week's everyday hero. Oh, well, he's a pending everyday hero. He's Jack Cooper.
Dog is going
Shut
off.
up, dog.
He's Jack Cooper for being a festive and thoughtful everyday hero. Alright, boys, that's just about it for the outdoor app
Nice.
of 2022. We might have to do this more frequently. It's actually quite nice.
It's a bit of a vibe. I like it. It's chill.
Yeah,
Just
it
like
is.
me. Just like the Fitzroy boys.
Yeah.
The Fitzroy boys would approve of this. The outdoor pod.
They would. Maybe you should shave your head on the next step.
Say less.
Next step, you're going to have a different hairdo, I'm hearing.
Hopefully. I'm trying to bleach the back of my mullet.
That'll look dog
Lovely.
shit.
Trying to get the sex appeal lifted, I guess.
Nice. I didn't think you could get any.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's this thing called hair
Can I
dye.
get much higher?
And me and a few of the boys, obviously, we're dyeing the hair blonde.
Oh, you're all doing it.
It's part of the uniform
Oh
team.
my
Very
god. Do you boys ever do anything
No.
by yourselves?
Negative.
you had an
We're
original
too
thought?
scared.
What happened to the pearls? You all wore pearls for about
I
2
still
weeks.
Until the
I still
Fitzroy
rock it.
boys started doing that.
Yeah, the Fitzroy boys.
What else have you
I
done
knocked us off.
together? The hair.
Sex.
Nice.
Just the one time.
Yeah,
oh,
good.
one time each.
Nice.
The favourite was Big Ed.
Good stuff.
Pros-
Speaking of Big Ed, Big Ed joined us at Seasons in October.
Whoa.
Yep.
We are returning to Seasons for New Year's
Holy
Eve.
heck.
The next
Holy
episode that
whack.
you'll be hearing through your ear holes is coming, courtesy of New Year's Eve at Seasons
At Langley Park.
at Langley Park. So it should be good fun. This episode will come out the day
This will be
before
on the 29th.
Seasons, the 30th, Joey.
Oh, yes. The
The
30th.
30th. So if you haven't already got a ticket,
They're like
good luck.
minuscule tickets left.
Yeah, there's fuck all tickets left.
So
We've had our competition. It would have been drawn by then, so there's no point mentioning that. We'll have stock. We sold out of all of our
Jumpers.
mother huggers. And they've been in pretty high demand since. So we did another reorder that we'll be selling them at Seasons.
yes,
Tough to sell a jumper in summer until you get to Seasons and it's like ice cold by
On
on the
9
river,
9
1
o'clock.
a.m.
So they get you.
It's chill.
So yeah, we'll be flinging those. But if you do want one before we go to Seasons, flick us a message or jump on the website and buy one.
That's it.
Because they'll sell out. They'll 100% sell out on when we go there on Saturday.
Say less.
What else have we got? Oh, some reviews. Last week 2 weeks ago, we read out M. Wardy.
Yep.
The
Emily
name.
Wardy, we read out her message and she was going through listening in order.
She was at like episode 32. or
37
Yeah.
which she was
Okay.
up to, yeah.
So
Which was a
we
good
dropped
app.
in a secret message for future Emily.
Yeah, we sort of took the piss saying like she'd never get there or should
something. Yeah,
take
we'll
like
see you in a
year.
few
Yeah.
years.
She messaged us
She messaged us
What'd
like
she
a
say?
week ago.
and she said, "Just listened to the latest episode accidentally. Lost where I was up to, lol. Nevertheless, I'm feeling very blessed. Merry Christmas, homies. Stay blessed and stay groovy. Hee hee.
That makes me really happy.
What happened to the last bit then? What'd you say then?
Hee hee.
Stay blessed and stay groovy. Hee hee.
Oh, he.
That makes me really happy that she didn't notice.
Oh yeah, the quality.
Yeah, or even the quality of banter. She didn't notice.
I meant that.
This show is confusing enough when you listen to it in order. I couldn't imagine trying to listen out of order.
No, she would. Yeah, no.
Especially because there's bigger probably between ep 37 to ep 117 or whatever she was up to. A lot of
difference, yeah.
inside gags that we've
A lot of
made mention
characters
to.
People don't know.
Yeah.
Big Ed really wasn't a thing back then.
No, he was just medium-sized Ed. Boys, we love the reviews.
Yeah.
We love the DMs. If you get the opportunity to use Spotify, 5 stars, flick us, you lucky dogs.
You've unlocked Spotify.
Flick us a message on Instagram. Just let us know what you think. Just have a yarn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll chat.
Good chance to get read out. We'll definitely reply to you.
Of course.
Got fuck all else to do. Grace of Victoria mentioned it. Oh, she chatted to us She messaged us and said, okay, so I've listened to your podcast for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm like 18, almost 19, I enjoy it so much better.
Good age.
Thanks for brightening my afternoon walks and making me enjoy it and making me literally laugh out loud with my AirPods in without realizing people can actually hear her laugh.
Oh,
That's really, really nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. That's so kind.
Thanks for warming
That is
my
something
heart.
that we do get a fair bit, is that people laugh out loud.
yeah, that's cool.
It's good to know we're not the only ones.
Yeah. Glad
Yeah.
someone's laughing. My favorite part of that whole message was something. She's done something that I only know mothers of like 18-month-year-olds or kids under the age of 6 to do.
What?
I'm 18, almost 19.
18 going 19.
Yeah, it's
I
not a
wonder how
thing.
close.
Like
I'm 752 months.
we talked about earlier. I can't remember what we talked about. When you're too old to do shit at the beach. When you're too old to get washed at the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're asshole.
When you're 18 going.
When are you too old to explain to someone
The
your
next
current
number.
age and then followed by the age that you'll be in a bit?
It actually annoys me when people say, "Oh, I'm 35." Or like when
No one has ever said I'm 35 turning 36.
Oh, no, they do. Or like someone will be like, I can't remember. I was watching a movie. Oh, I can't remember. I was watching something recently, and someone was like, "Oh, my nephew, he's 18. Oh, actually almost 19." So I don't care. You could say 18 or 19.
He's nearly 20.
It's
I'd
the
go with like
same
nearly 20.
bracket.
He's around 20.
I think
The one age.
the
doesn't
only thing
change.
would be like, I think the only age where it's like acceptable if you're like
Under 4.
no, or if it's like, oh, he's 17, like almost 18, like he's almost entering
Oh.
adulthood.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a
it's
big
like
difference.
if
But
it's like
going
in a
18 to
month.
19.
Okay. So,
no one
okay.
gives a shit.
That's
And it's
fair.
like 15 going 17. Or 15 going 16. Yeah, no shit you're going.
'Cause when you're a
Like,
kid,
where
it's
else
like-
are you going?
When you're a
I'm
kid,
aware of what comes after.
when you're a kid, it's like I want to seem older.
We have just sort of rinsed
But
Grace
like, no.
there.
Yeah.
Adorable message.
Also, Grace,
Lovely work. Love your work, Grace.
No, I love your work, Grace. I'm so excited for your 19th. Let us know when you're 19 and we'll
be there.
and we will almost wish you happy 20th while you're there.
Yes,
If
Excited,
you do
excited for her to be going on 20.
oh yeah, and then following 20, do you know what comes?
Nah.
21.
Oh.
21. Spoilers.
Yeah.
If you want to send us a message and risk the opportunity to get absolutely rinsed, please do so. Slide into those DMs. They're slippery AF.
Let us know if you like the pod. Let us know how old you'll be turning.
We had Ned Brockman
Yes.
comment on a photo of ours this week.
Ned Brockman, who was an everyday hero on the show.
Yes!
Ran across Australia for
He-
homeless people.
He did. I
And-
wonder if he listened to the app. Probably not.
We shared a pic of me and his merch looking
Yeah,
sexy.
in his
AF.
budgie smugglers.
Check that out at MacPack Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't eat before you do it though.
And yeah, Ned and the company, Budgie Smuggler.
Budgie smuggler.
Commented.
Collab coming soon.
Must be nice.
Imagine
I
our
would get-
3 faces.
On someone's cock.
Yeah, you get me on the shaft, you on either testes.
Oh, that'd be elite. I
That
might get that done actually.
That's a good tattoo. Tattoo coming to you.
Say less.
That'd probably do it, I reckon.
Have a happy new year,
We'll see you next year.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy
Till
New Year.
2023.
Have you got any plans for the New Year's?
Seasons.
Anything you want to do, Joe?
Oh,
You
in
wanna
the new
go up
year.
to? Yeah.
In the new
What's your one New Year's resolution? We got a
I
heap
thought
of
we could do
questions.
this next week.
Okay, yeah, let's.
We
do
did
that
this
next week.
last year, this time.
Keeping in mind, we're not gonna. Yeah, okay. That's good. No, we'll do it next year. We'll do it next week. We'll do it at seasons.
Say less.
We're gonna ask you what your New Year's resolutions are.
That's good.
Oh, thanks, man.
A little foreshadow.
Ideas off the top. Until we do this time next week from Langley Park. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mum a hug.
it's ciao for now. Bye now.